So Ather Energy is celebrating its 10th anniversary. And to mark such a momentous occasion in their rather electrifying journey, they have come up with something really special called the 450 Apex. Now the components that you see behind me as well as the merchandise, they combine together to form the 450 Apex. And my wide smile should tell you that the 450 Apex is much more than just cosmetic changes. This is Anand Pandey from BBC TopGear Mag India, and I just cannot wait to reveal that what the 450 Apex is all about. When we first rode the Ather 450 Apex last night, the sun, it was already down, but our spirits, they certainly got lifted up because of this very hot looking thing. Before we get down to the cosmetic bits, first it is essential to understand the mechanical differences that it has over other Ather 450 scooters. Now this is the Apex Predator and it sits at the top of the food chain, making it the fastest and the most powerful variant of Ather 450 lineup of electric scooters. First off, the peak power output now stands at 7 kW as opposed to 6.4 kW, making it the most powerful scooter of the lot. And the Apex is the only Ather scooter that can clock 100 km per hour of top speed, because other scooters, they can only do 90 km per hour. So that is a minor bump of 10 km per hour. And it is even faster off the line because it clocks 0 to 40 km per hour in just 2.9 seconds instead of 3.3 seconds. Surprisingly, the Ather 450 Apex, it gets 7 km more of claimed range, which now stands at 157 km. But that is not it, because the major party trick up its sleeve is the new WAP Plus mode. And it is so much fun to ride this particular scooter in WAP Plus mode. Allow me to explain. So the WAP mode is Ather's version of Tesla's ludicrous mode, and well, the WAP Plus mode, it is the ludicrous plus mode. Even in the WAP mode, the Ather 450 was one of the quickest scooters in the Indian electric two-wheeler market. And in the WAP Plus mode, it has now transformed into a lightning bolt, because what used to happen in the WAP mode is that the torque gut that you used to fill in your gut, that used to taper off at around 60 km or 70 km per hour. But in the WAP Plus mode, it pulls even harder off the line and it keeps on pulling even if you reach 80 km per hour. Another nifty trick up its sleeve is a new feature called Magic Twist. Now, to generally accelerate, we twist the throttle like that, right? But now, if you manage to shed some speed, or if you want to shed some speed, all you need to do is pull the throttle like that in the anti-clockwise direction. Now, it cannot compensate for the mechanical brakes, but it is still a good feature to have while you're commuting in your urban runabouts. A purely thematic change has been introduced to the UI of the instrument cluster. The WAP Plus mode now gets a new purple theme, which changes graphics as you gain more pace, enhancing the sense of speed. Also, the Apex, it now gets a tire pressure monitoring system as standard. One of the most standout aspects of Ather electric scooters since their inception has been their razor-sharp handling. This was the first time that I was riding an Ather scooter in a closed environment. A whole go-kart track at our disposal meant we could go ballistic with the Apex, and going ballistic, that we did. It is sort of alarming, the urgency that it tips into a corner, almost like love at first sight. You see her and you commit to her the very next moment. Now this urgency, it becomes even more impressive because it might tip into a corner with an alarming reflex, but it holds its line exactly the way it is supposed to. MRF's grippy set of tires at both ends also contribute to its formidable handling prowess. Although we couldn't test the Apex out on the streets, assuming that it gets the same suspension tune as the other Athers, we are expecting it to have a rather strict ride quality. Practicality wasn't high up in Ather's priority list while developing the 450 because the floorboard space is still minimal. What's impressive though is the braking performance. Both the front and the rear brake are sharp, responsive and provide good feedback. The Ather 450 Apex is one of the loudest electric scooters that you can get in India today. Not just because of the whine it produces while on the road, but because of how it looks as well. So it comes draped in a rather gorgeous Indian blue paint with satin finish, and these transparent panels, they are a thing of beauty as well because you can legit peek inside the orange colored frame. And to go along with this rather sporty theme, even the alloys are painted orange in a rather bright shade, and I particularly love the way it looks. People, this is how you pull off an anniversary edition scooter. Now the 450 Apex, it justifies its name pretty well, because being the fastest and the most exclusive of the lot, while retaining all the characteristics that made us fall in love with Ather electric scooters. Now if you're after an electrifying ride experience and exclusivity for that matter, I personally wouldn't mind paying such an hefty amount for an electric scooter like the Ather 450 Apex, especially when it looks like this and goes like a lightning bolt out on the track or on the streets for that matter. Now this is Anand Pandey from BBC Top Gear Mag India signing off. If you have any questions regarding the Ather 450 Apex, do let us know in the comment section below, and I'll get to you as quick as this thing goes. Without any sound, that's to shed some speed. Tesla नहीं, ये Ather है.